the trunk, and we're gonna undo this trim here, and it's held in by those little speed nut things, and this is probably one of the most comfortable places to work. We've got the spare tire removed, and up in this panel are where you can see one of them right there. So there's a series of those all through here, and you know, there's plenty of room in here to sit if you need a buddy to help. I mean, you can get 2 or 3 people in here working on this, and there's plenty of room back here. Probably one of the biggest trunks I've ever seen. But anyway, I'm gonna go through and remove those little speed nuts, and then for the side trim, I think we're gonna have to pull the rear seat and get that C-pillar trim off, and underneath that we should see the speed nuts for the side trim. So that will get all of the top trim. Now if you've got like a half top or whatever, quarter top, whatever they call them, where it's got the trim halfway down the roof, I think you have to pull the headliner to get that trim out. But I don't have that. I had a full top, so once we get this piece off, that'll be all the trim that held the vinyl top in, and we can get the we can start doing body work, trying to fix rust and eventually paint it, which is my plan. I'm going back with the top trim as a transition piece to a different color top, which I'm thinking right now is going to be a cream white. I've also thought about a black, but I think one, I don't want the heat from black top. I'd rather have a light colored top, because it makes a huge difference in heat in here in Texas. So if I can do a cream colored white, I think that's going to look really nice on here. I've seen this car with a white vinyl top and it looked nice. I've also seen it with the blue vinyl top like mine had originally. It doesn't look that great to me. The white top looked really nice. But we could also do black. I don't know. It wouldn't be a gloss black, probably a matte black or semi-gloss, something not too shiny, to kind of simulate maybe a black vinyl top, which I think would look pretty good on here. Maybe look a little more sporty, whereas the white's going to look more luxurious. But I think ultimately we'll probably go with cream white. All right, spray these things down with WD-40. This one actually stripped out, but it did pop out of the clip, so it'll work. It's just once we get the trim off, I'll work with it, pull up on it, and get the nut off, and just replace the nut or whatever we need to do to get it. But yeah, it stripped out, so I didn't spray that one. I sprayed the rest of them. Didn't have any problems with the rest of them. So let's see. You got that one in the middle. Then over here, you've got one there, and one down there. Same on the other side. 3 going around, and then I can't see any further down that way to tell if there's one. It looks like a plastic clip after that, and then if there's anything else, it's on the inside of the car. So we'll see. We'll be gentle, but I bet there's one on the other end inside the car. See that thing past our screw looks like a plastic clip, which there's a plastic clip right here. So I think they do a fastener, clip, fastener. It's kind of what it looks like. And then fastener, clip, and then something else. So I'm gonna get the other side, the other 3 off on the other side. I haven't done those, but same location as these, just on the other side. and then we'll figure out if there's something in the car. Oh, I feel like I need a bath. It still stinks in here. I vacuumed it out, I've let it air out, but we're gonna have to pull all the carpet out of here and the padding and shampoo it or something, because you and I both know what that is and why it stinks in here. So we'll have to do all that at some point, but yeah, I was crawling all up in here to undo all those speed nuts, and man, it's just gross. So it's a rodent outhouse. Not inside the car, just in the trunk. Go figure. I guess having it stored with the window rolled down for 15 years, they didn't like the interior, so I guess that works. All right. What that will allow us now, well, what it should allow us to do. Now, I don't know, because there's got to be some kind of piece in here. Now we can see some of this is, we got a little screw under the trim, so that's probably not part of it. There's our plastic clip we could see. Some kind of a trim. This should pop up now. Okay, that's plastic. Oh, come on. This is feeling like a, that's feeling like a clip, or not a clip, but let me try the other side, because I'm jumping y'all ahead because I needed a break from this stuff, so I jumped over to this. Let me go over to the other side, which I've already removed all this, and see if I can see in here, but I'm gonna bet there's something in behind here that we're gonna have to remove. All right, over on the passenger side, let's just gently get it up. Start pulling it out like we did the other side. Should have a plastic clip right here, which then popped out. We got a plastic clip here. Oh, what's here? I'm a little scared right here. That's probably not going to be a clip. I mean, that's probably going to be one of those speed nut fasteners. I'm going to play it safe and pull the seat and do the interior trim right here, and I'm gonna bet there's a speed nut right here. I don't think they would have relied on a plastic clip to hold, basically the first piece of it. This needs to be a strong connection. I think it's going to be a speed nut like this. So I need to pull the seat anyway. See about, probably once it's out, maybe take it and try to get that patched. See what upholstery shop will say about that. And then yeah, I don't know. Either that or try to find a seat back somewhere. And I'm sure there's rodent stuff in here, so it needs to get taken out and probably vacuumed anyway. So let me get my spare parts out of here. I'm going to remove the rear seat and then this panel and see what we find right here. Pulling the rear seat out. We're going to clean it up, plus I need to get this trim off. So we're pulling the seat out, clean the seat itself up, clean under the seat. And you just push in on the seat about right there, and lift up, and it'll unhook the bottom of the seat. It's got those little latches right there. They just hook on right there. So if you push it, it'll come out. Push on and push up. You can see we've got a bunch of trash, but well, look at that. Let's go to the other side and take a look. And we'll get the shop vac in here and clean this mess up. It's not too bad. Almost looks like part of a for sale sign. I think it is. Huh. But look at this. Is that common on Fords, or did somebody lose it and it dropped down in there? Is that a common thing for them to do? It looks brand new. Y'all let me know. I don't know. Let's compare them to our set of keys. All right, here's our set. And they're different. Huh. They are not the same keys. And just to prove that, no go. Huh. Somebody lost a set of keys. Well, I found them. All right, to get the seat back out, it looks like we've got a bolt there and one over there. And the one over there looks like it's almost all the way out. And this has got some kind of spacer or something on it. Let's see what I'm looking at. Not sure what's going on there. But let's get that out. And then I think it'll be actually open to the trunk. I think the seat back is the back end of the trunk. But I think it's just, it hooks at the top and then those two at the bottom. So I don't think there's any bolts at the top to remove it. I'm just guessing here from experience working on other things. Look at that. Look what color it was originally. It's a nice color. It's not looking so good now. I don't think they'll clean up. It's just too bad we got that rodent damage at the top. And we have our build sheet. So let me pull that out and we'll take a look. It looks like there is an insulation backing between the trunk. But let's get this out and take a look at it. So who can decode these? I got the serial number because it looks like part of the VIN. But front axle components, no lead gas. Is that an N for no, meaning it's not rated for unleaded? Power steering. Just leave in the comments all the information you want to on everything here. I'm documenting this here, and then it's going back in the seat. Feel free to pause the video if you need to. Yeah, any information you can give me on that, Be awesome. And I'll do some research too. So, gonna put it back under the seat. I'll show you real quick on the other side. You got a screw right there, a screw right there, and a screw right there. Take the sill plate off, and then you've got a, zoomed in, screw right there. And then there's a screw right about here. It goes into that trim panel right there. Zoomed y'all back out. So this screw right here, it's kind of like right on the inside of the door trim. Take that out, and then you're gonna need to take one screw out of this piece, and you can actually, well, no, you can just let it flop. And just pull it just slightly out of the way, and then you can slide this piece towards you and out. And then on mine, it had a piece of foam shoved in here. I'm guessing the other side will be like that as well. But once, well, let me turn the light on, and there's our screw. So there is one. And those two bolts, like I said, on the seat, that was what held it. Pulled the bottom away, picked the top up, and it came out. It's got these little hooks that the top part hooks into. So pull it out away from the bottom and just push up and it'll come undone. Pretty easy. So I'm gonna spray that bolt there, and then I'm gonna unbolt it, and then we can pull this trim out, and then I'm gonna pull that cover off on that side, and we'll get the trim off there, and we'll have all that back trim done. Okay, with that one bolt out, I was able to just gently work the plastic clips out, and it comes right out. Don't do like I did and drop the nut down in the body. I did that on this side. I'll have to try to fish that out with a magnet. Didn't do it on the other side, but 50-50 chance, and I struck 50%. Not in my favor. So yeah, and then I went ahead and worked this one up. This one, if you slide it over, they've got little plastic, these. So slip in and then it slides over. Yeah, I had issues trying to get them out, but finally got them out. These are all out. That one in the middle is still sitting there because it's stripped out, like I said. I'm gonna have to try to probably see if I can pull up on it while undoing the nut and see if it'll come out. I haven't decided yet. I pulled the other side out. I actually got this trim from a parts car from a guy, the same guy I got the wheels from, and he pulled those for me. He pulled the glass too, but he broke one glass. They didn't match these anyway. They were the thinner logo. And I do have it though. But I mainly wanted the trim. My trim's kind of messed up, and then his did not have a vinyl top, and I wasn't sure if the thickness was different in the trim to make it fit snugger for non-vinyl top trim. But on those, I looked at them, and there's no clips or anything, no screw holes, no nothing on that trim. And so it looked like it just glues in. And when I popped mine out, there's these that go in there. And when I looked closer on his, it looked like they were on there too. And I popped, all of them came out just fine, except two of those popped off. So I got to make a decision. I think I'm just going to pull it because that trim is in better shape, even though it doesn't have those clips. I really don't want to try to pull the glass. I don't think there's any need for me to do it. I think what I can do, I'll be real gentle and try not to break those clips out, but I really don't want to pull the glass. I don't want to risk breaking it. And the only reason would be to replace the trim and to get in behind here and do body work or paint, whatever. But I think we're just going to find some really good, weather strip type glue and glue those trim pieces in and not worry about the little clips. And I think that'll be just fine. So I think I'm going to go ahead and work this one out, be real careful with it, and try to let it pull those out of the rubber without breaking them. Now that I know they're there, I think I can be real careful and maybe not bust them out. And I can always epoxy them back, that's not a problem. But I don't think I want to pull the glass to put those in. Even if those had the clips, I just don't want to risk breaking this glass. It's got me scared that he broke the glass trying to get it out. I'm not sure how it's retained. I don't think it's necessary, and I think we can just glue that piece in there basically. I was real careful and popped two. Like I said, if I decide to take the window back out and put these on, I can stick them back on there and epoxy them and then glue the trim on, but I feel like I don't want to pull the window again. I'll decide. I'm rambling too much about this, thinking too much about it right now. So yeah, let me get this mess off the roof. What I'm doing is I'm actually, like I said, these I marked the passenger side just to be able to tell what's a front and what's a rear, and I think that's good enough. It's pretty obvious on those. The trim itself, what I did is on the inside of every piece, I put where it went, like right rear, left rear, and then I know. So each trim is written on the inside where it goes. And then I've just been placing it all in here. There's our bags for the right side. We started our bags for the left side. We've got we basically have left front, left rear, right front, right rear, windshield, rear window, and windshield and rear window are clips and stuff, and then B-pillars, I've already put the B-pillar up, but I made a separate bag for B-pillar trim. Probably not necessary, but I did. And that is it. So, yeah, I'm quitting for today, but that gets this thing stripped down, hopefully as far as we need to take it. I did do a little poking around, a little scraping around, knocking the big rust off, and we do have a little hole right there. That's the worst side. That's why I wanted to work with it. I think I can get in from the back side, treat the back side. That's a small enough hole. I think I'm just going to put a little bit of Bondo in there. I'm not going to, if the rest of it's in good shape, I'm not going to start welding in patch panels here for that little small spot. I'll treat it, grind it, treat it, and fill it. That's not a very big hole, but we're going to have to knock out, the body filler in these lines, and we're going to be doing a lot of digging out of body filler, and sanding is what's in store for us next. And I think I'll hit this with a wire wheel. I think that's going to be the best way to get rid of it. So I think that's going to end it for this one. How to remove the top trim on a 1975 Lincoln Continental. I couldn't find anything on it. I actually did find a forum post about removing this stuff. That's how I knew to come up under here and look for these. But as far as the side trim, the drip rails, I couldn't find anything on how to do that. So, or the window trim, couldn't find anything there. So if you're here looking, trying to do this yourself, good luck. Hopefully you don't have too much rust to fix. Most of us that are removing all this trim, that's what we're doing. We're fixing rust. So good luck. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more.